Ooh, Saners. That was awful. I'm going to keep this very quick because I don't feel like the team even deserves to... I don't even really think I need to waste my time in talking about how bad we were. But that was almost borderline as bad as the Sydney game, 5 or 6 weeks ago. Go 28 points up or something and then concede like 12 of the next 13 goals. And yeah, fucking awful. That was it. That's almost the final straw for me this season. Thanks, Darren. I will lay into them. Jack Sinclair was fucking awful. Sorry for all the swearing, but I'm just upset. He was awful. The amount of times that there was a pass on, but he just didn't want to sprint to the ball. He just waited for it, and the Dogs player would just want it more, which was kind of the case for every player that really ran out for us tonight, apart from maybe Carlisle. Even Hickey injured was actually better than a lot of our players today. Seb Ross was the only real positive. Kicked 3, had over 30. I thought Nathan Freeman was pretty good. He got through the game unscathed. He had nearly 18 or so disposals. Didn't kick his goal, but we were selfish. Jade Gresham in front of goal was so selfish a couple of times where he had easy hands and he just went for goal every time. And I know he's that sort of player, but sometimes there's a better option, and we never made the better option. Jaron Geary did nothing. Nathan Brown looked slow. Armitage is done. He looked so slow. That's the one thing that actually stood out for me, was how slow we looked compared to the Dogs, who just streamed through the midfield. And people are going to say, Battle went out. Hickey went out for a little bit. We were down on the bench, down rotations, and that's an issue. Fair enough. But I don't think we were bad before that. The amount of times that it was only a matter of time. I mean, the Dogs missed 5 easy shots in the first quarter, and they easily could have been up, but they weren't, and we came out with a bit of pace. We took the game on, and then we went back into our shells. The second something goes on, against us, we just kind of drop our heads, and that's it. There's no leadership. There's no game plan. Our kicking out of defence is atrocious. It's like we're the only team that doesn't practice how to kick in after a behind. They just bomb it, turn it over, and it comes back. Repeat entries. It's the same old stuff. Akers was pretty average. Akers was pretty average. But I mean, he's a couple of games in after his injury, so I think we do need waving to my fans. We do need massive changes. Richo needs to fucking go, or player like Sam Mitchell wants to come back to Melbourne and coach. Blake Carousel is a great assistant coach at Richmond. We need to be looking at these guys, but honestly, guys, I don't feel like I need to say too much more than that. We were bad. It's just another reminder that we've got a lot of work to do, and I think it is game plan, and I think it is a couple of players here and there. We dropped Wavwala and Gilbert, but there's players like Sinclair and Jack Nunes and those sort of guys that, again, need to piss off, really. I guess let's look at some of these comments. Brett, 2.5 hour drive home. Yeah, mate, well, I've driven an hour from, Yarrambat where my parents live. I've driven my mum in, who's here. She's pretty upset. She doesn't come to many games, and the ones that she comes to, she's thinking, we've got a chance. She came just to see Nathan Freeman and hopefully win, and we got Freeman and we got no win. So it was pathetic. What else? Will you agree now on Nunes? Yes, I agree with a lot of everyone's points here. Negative, just like they were tanking. I've never seen a team stand still more than us. And I've seen a lot of teams live, and I've seen Richmond live. I've seen good teams, I've seen bad teams. And we stand still at all costs. We just don't do anything. Off the ball. It's just, Dunstan was terrible. The amount of kicks inside 50 that went over the forwards. I'm kind of ripping into the team, but it was just embarrassing, But what can you do? That's kind of just how it is. Just every game, it's just embarrassing. It's kind of just two Melbourne teams coming up against each other on a Saturday night, and you get 20,000 at Etihad. There's just, and then you see Richmond pack the G every single week. It's like they don't want to play. They don't want to be there. There's just something There's just something about the club that's just awful and negative, and yeah, we're bad. We are a bad team. I think we've got good players in that team somewhere, but whatever the coaches are doing, it's not getting it out of them. Membry, the amount of marks that he dropped tonight, he doesn't usually drop those. It's a confidence thing. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's go through some of these comments, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I got to drive another hour to get home. I probably will go to the North game in the last game of the season for sure, round 23. Bring in young blood, test of the year to see what we have. Look forward to Stephen. Seb is our best player. Mark won't be trading him. Try to keep positive. Hard, I know. No, it's very hard. Darren says going to have to pay massive overs to entice any recruits from other clubs. 100%. Who would, if you had the choice of us or even, a Brisbane or someone, you'd be looking at a Brisbane. Brisbane again today deserved to win against North. And it's just us to do that. Every game this round has actually been decided by under a goal. And the one game that isn't is us, and it's a 7-goal loss. So we're just, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't have too much to say. I'd rather just go home and forget about this game, forget about this season. I'd love to hear your thoughts anyway. Tell me, is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it both? What is going on? How can we fix it? Let me know. Jack Freeman did well. I thought he had some good hands, good kicks, and tackled well. I think he had close to 20 possessions. So I was happy with him. We need to get Patton in. We need to get Goddard in. There's no excuses now. Nathan Brown's done. Bring in Goddard. Play him for the rest of the season. Play Patton for the rest of the season. And there's nothing to lose now. So they just got to go out and see what they can find from Sandy, because there might be some hidden gems there. We just don't know. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've got to drive another hour to get back. So I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you commenting. And vent away. Feel free to vent and comment. And what are you most frustrated? What hurts you the most about this season? Is it the losses? Is it the way we're losing? The way we're playing? What is it? Just let me know, because right now it's just hard to rock up, and just watch this every single week. And we've got Essendon Friday night, prime time, which, 2 seasons ago we were thinking this could be the time, we'd be getting a big crowd. We'd be pushing for top 8 and, it'd be an exciting game. But right now, I'm very scared about what Essendon can do to us and how fast they are. And, they're basically the Dogs, but just way better. So I'm a bit worried about that, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you for the preview, I suppose, on Wednesday or Thursday next week for the Essendon game. And we'll see what changes come of this. And if Armitage and those sort of players stay in the team, I'm hoping Patton comes in. We'll wait and see. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Again, comment, share, like, do all that stuff. Let's just keep growing it. I want to still keep this a positive page, but it's hard after a game like this. And I'm just being honest. This game was awful. Borderline our worst performance for the season, considering we're nearly 5 goals up and then we lose by 7 goals. Anyway, guys, thanks very much and see you later.